Like you, I'm not perfect. I know I made mistakes along the way, but does that make me deserving this hell that I face every day? The difference between us, a shorter drive than you think. The road to nowhere is lined with good souls who lost their way. Light starts to fade to gray. I hurt a little more, I bleed a little more, I lose a little more in my life. I want a little more, I need a little more, deserve a little more from this life. This life.
We try to hang in there together. We try to help one another through our problems, no matter if it's our mental problems or physical problems or just dealing with this. To our campsite here, where most of the stuff was donated by Pathways. Me and Winnie's been here for at least about 4 or 5 months. Here's our tent. It's our sleeping area. We got most of these clothing donations, like my comforter and her sleeping bag from Pathways. And it's a big help. Without that, we would be freezing. We'd be sick out here.
We ended up camping because we were in a house and Dave lost his job and our new roommate didn't show up all at the same time. And there was no way we could afford to pay the rent, so we're out here. For me, the hardest things are living without water and electricity. If I want water, I have to either go find a spigot around here or go to the store and buy water, buy it in gallon jugs.
So we get up in the morning, head to Pathways to take showers, wash clothes, get a good meal, take care of the daily necessities that living out in the woods you can't take care of. It's a nice place to go hang out. You know, you're accepted. And all the people there were mental illnesses also, so they understand if you're having a bad day.
My name's Steven. I come to Pathways because it's a place to get on computer, watch TV, power my wheelchair up, and not be out in the street.
I'm passionate about Pathways because my mom wrestled with mental illness and drug addiction for many years, and I'm pretty sure without a support system she would have wound up on the streets for sure, and a place like Pathways would have been a godsend for her.
The people here just appreciate every box of Cocoa Puffs or just something as simple as, you know, clothes that we can't wear anymore. And I think it just really touches your heart to come here and just see how grateful the people here are. And it just makes you want to do more.
I've been volunteering now for 3 years, and the motivation is the smiles that I get from people, the feeling that you can tell they feel. They tend to help out a lot here, and you know they're doing their part, so why can't I do my part?
It always concerns me to think about kids living in a home with someone with mental illness who's not receiving treatment, someone who's not getting the help they need. So as a mom, to me that always hits home. I think of all the mothers and the fathers that come to Pathways, and Pathways not only helps them, it keeps their kids safe. It helps give their kids a better chance at life because mom and dad got the treatment that they needed.
The true measure of any community is how it takes care of the least of its members. And Pathways is one of those organizations here within Orange County that helps us take care of the people who need help the most. Those individuals who are homeless, who are living under bridges, out in the woods and what have you throughout this community. If it were not for Pathways, there's no question in my mind that many of those individuals would be incarcerated in our jail.
I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid. I do it because it really is a labor of love. It was designed, run, controlled, and and completely everything by people with psychiatric diagnoses. For families where when you have to go, they have to take you. And that's kind of a pathway is it. But one of the things we're giving them is a place to socialize where they're accepted and where people understand them.
I've been involved with Pathways for about 7 years now. It's become part of my family. And many of the mentally ill that go to Pathways that live out in the woods, I've gotten to know personally. And I know their stories, and I know their history, and they're part of my family.
I hurt a little more, I bleed a little more, I lose a little more in my life. I want a little more, I need a little more, deserve a little more from this life.
I guess this is their family. This is a place where they come during the day and they see the same group of people over and over, probably more often than I see my own family outside of my children. And so I think it's very touching, and I know that they really have that sense of community here.
You come here with no stigma and no shame. You come here and you're all right. See, the thing about Pathways is it's the one place Pathways members can go where they're all right.
Well, the beauty of Pathways is that they deal with real people. 1 in 4 Americans today have some form of mental illness. We're talking about people in our own families that we're assisting in this community, and Pathways is that organization that really does it like no other organization does.
They have a family, they've made their own family, and I believe in some ways it's a stronger family than most have, because they got a lot more on the line than we do on a daily basis.
We're just real people that are out in the community that are trying to make a difference. And I think that if we all get involved and we all try to get involved with people, that it's going to make a real difference in our community and our lives.
From this life, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a veteran, I'm a saint. I'm your son, your father, your grandmother who prays to God every day. I'm not a loser, not abusing, not a quitter or a fake. Surely not deserving of this fate. I hurt a little more, I bleed a little more, I lose a little more in my life. I want a little more, I need a little more, deserve a little more from this life.
Thank you, Pathways.
Thank you, Pathway.
Thank you, Pathway.
Thank you so much, Pathway.
Thank you, Pathways.
I want a little more, I need a little more, deserve a little more from this life. This life. The places where I come from, you pretend to know. Life starts to fade.